What's going on, guys? It's Caleb, and today's detail is of my own personal Mk7 Volkswagen Golf R. I made a video detailing this thing probably about 6 months ago or so, whenever I got back from my trip in Key West, and man, did that video blow up. It's been a hot minute since I've had this thing on the channel, and I did say ages ago that everything I do to this car I kind of want to share with you guys, because it's my own way of logging the experience over time so I can see where it once was. That way in the future I can look back and go, man, look what I've done. But as it stands now, it's just pretty dirty. I wash this thing probably once every 2 weeks or so, and this one, it just got exceptionally dirty because of the places I've been, and I figured it'd be a really good time to really give it a good clean on camera. A little input on how it got so dirty. I work with my family's business, and whenever I do that, I have to go to the office, but I park in the back area where it's really muddy, and it's been rainy and cold here in Florida, which is just a perfect recipe for mud, and it flings onto the car. It's awful, which has led me here to this point with detailing this. And if you guys could just take a second real quick for me and like the video, go ahead and press subscribe and go ahead and ring that bell for me if you could. Doing any one of those 3 things would help me out tremendously. And without taking any further of your time, let's go ahead and get on with the wheels. Now this video is coming at you pretty later than usual. I mean, I usually upload on Fridays around 7:30 p.m. or so, but here we are now just a few days later because last week and this weekend were just absolutely insane. I mean, between how crazy busy this week was, I mean, there was like no time for editing, and then this weekend on Saturday, we also had a rally with Eurocharged Orlando up to St. Augustine and back. So me and a couple great friends went up there and came back, took a lot of amazing pictures. I was really happy with it. First time ever doing rolling shots, and then came back and started editing. These tires were so dirty, and that was kind of like the reason behind me washing my car this time around, was because of how dirty these tires were. So as usual, P&S Brake Buster really came through with this. We scrubbed them down about once, twice, sometimes 3 times on different tires, and it really ended up looking nice. And just a little background on these tires here. Before I was using Pilot Super Sports, and I did realize a couple weekends ago while we were working on my car that those tires were going bad in the back, and then because of the alignment, my front driver's side one was really just torn apart on the inside. But I had a friend come through. He had a set of tires that were exactly the size I needed, and he gave them to me and really helped me out. But they've been sitting for a while. Even though they're okay, that's where all the dirt came from. So after some hardcore elbow grease, we definitely got them looking really nice. So just like with every detail, we're going to go ahead and start with a pre-rinsing of the exterior. This car is in dire need of it because of the whole office situation, as I explained earlier, with all the mud and whatnot. It is plastered on the sides, and we definitely need to get that stuff off before we move any further into things like hand washing and whatnot. Once we are all done rinsing it off, though, we're going to move into the foam cannon. As you usually see me do, we're going to go ahead and take my ever so soft detail brush and brush the hard to get areas like the little crevices and whatnot that we usually try to get to with that brush. And then once again, we foam the car down and move into a hand wash. You know, that's the one thing I've really been liking a lot more lately, is before I do anything with the surface of the car, whether it be hand washing, brushing, clay barring, anything, I like to foam the car down first. I mean, that's one thing that I've really found that I've loved doing, and just for extra safety reasons. I mean, yeah, you're using more soap, but you're preventing a lot of scratches and marring and whatnot because of that added lubrication. And I highly recommend before you do a hand wash or anything with your vehicle, heck, even a clay bar, go ahead and spray it down with a foam cannon first. car has been foamed down and pre-rinsed now, so we're going to move on to foaming it back down once again and hand washing, as I said earlier. There's just something about the blue on this car, man. That lapis metallic blue, I just love it. Whenever it's foamed down and wet after from being sprayed down, it's just a beautiful color that just pops. Collinite 845 wax has got to be one of the nicest waxes I've ever used. Granted, I haven't used a lot of waxes, so there's not a lot of worth in that saying right there, but Collinite makes another wax too that I am well aware of, but this stuff right here I like just because of the price point and what it gives you. Like, this stuff is amazing. I first learned about it from Matt Mormon from Obsessed Garage, where he would use Jescar's Powerlock or Powerlock as a paint sealant and then put this on top, and the looks were just astounding. But I got a bottle of this because I couldn't get my hands on the Powerlock from Jescar, and I was just shocked by how the results were just with the Collinite. Like, I was really shocked with how it looked whenever I first used it. Now I'm just addicted to it. So I usually use Collinite 845 insulator wax on my vehicle, and I top it with Bead Maker once we have let everything set in and buffed it off with our hands. And I mean, a lot of cars are ceramic coated, you know, they use sealants, whatever the case may be. I just love the way wax looks on a car because, as the industry says, it gives it a warm glow, and it really does stand out. I love that look, and that's why I treat my car with some wax and Bead Maker. then to finish everything off, we're gonna go ahead and top the car with P&S Bead Maker. If you've watched any of my previous videos, you know how much I hype up this product just because it just gives that little extra oomph to every single detail that you didn't have before. It's a paint polymer sealant, I believe is what they call it. The formula for it is just great. The chemist over at P&S really is a genius when it comes to this sort of stuff. I might be hyping it up way too much. That is obviously something that could be true, but I really do love this product as a whole. And all I do is spray a little bit in a rag, spray it on the surface of the vehicle, wipe it down, flip the rag over, buff it out, and just the results are, they speak for themselves. I mean, you'll see the car here whenever I do the ending montage, little cinematic thing that I always do at the end of my videos. It really does stand out. And other than that, putting on some tire dressing using Meguiar's Hyper Dressing, we've pretty much reached the end of the video. Once again, guys, I apologize for the video being a little late. You know, it wasn't on schedule, but I do apologize. We're here, we're back on top of everything, and thank you guys so much for watching. Go ahead and leave me a like, go ahead and subscribe, and go ahead and ring that bell. That way you know every single time I upload. Thank you guys for taking time out of your schedule to spend a little time with me, and I hope to see you guys next time.